In section 5, we're going to talk about technical analysis, and this is going to be an introduction to how we use technical analysis in global macro trading. Now, the purpose of this part is so we can learn how to read a chart and interpret the trend correctly. We're also going to learn the basics of breakouts and breakdowns and also learn what time frames to look at. We're going to do this with 4 different topics. First, we're going to talk about the importance of price charts, why we need them, then how to determine the long-term trend, classic technical analysis, and finally, we're going to sum it up with time frames. Now, the importance of price charts. So why do we need price charts? All right, and there's a lot of controversy over whether to look at charts or not in trading. A bunch of different schools will use them and say, they're absolutely critical. Other schools will say they're trash, throw them away. In global macro, we definitely want to use them. All right, charts are used all the time in global macro. And that's because players need a place to define risk and determine a trend or trend change. It's really impossible to ever achieve pure certainty in macro because macroeconomic money flows are what we call a complex system. All right, and a complex system is that in which small changes to inputs have drastic changes to outputs. Here's a little more technical way of saying it. There are a large number of interacting components whose aggregate activity is non-linear, not derivable from the summations of the activity of individual components. So when you do all of your analysis, sometimes there's things that can react together and create events in order of magnitude larger or smaller than you could ever anticipate. So in this environment, perfect predictions and forecasts are unattainable and impossible. And this is just a picture of what a complex system is. I'll give you guys a few examples. I mean, you can see how many different nodes are in this network here and what's going on. There's just so many different things that can affect something else. And we see complex systems, turn up in nature all of the time. Lots of different interconnected webs of information where stuff reacts with each other to produce nonlinear outcomes. Now, you're always going to have to sit with some uncertainty when trading global macro. That's just the reality of the matter. There's no 100% certainty in trades. It's a very different game than the one Buffett plays where, he researches a company so much and he loves it and then he gets so convicted on it, he buys it and he'll never sell for decades and decades and decades and decades. And we know that's not what you want to do in macro. Global macro trading is, remember, trading it and not dating it. Too many things change in the landscape to approach it in the same manner as Buffett would approach a value stock. So how do we organize all this complexity? You guessed it, charts. All right. And we're talking nice, clean, simple charts like this. All right. Where it displays price, we can see a trend. We might have a moving average on there. We do not want to be doing something like this. All right. This is absolutely crazy. We have so many damn indicators. We don't know what the hell's going on. So many lines in the chart. It basically looks like scribbling. I mean, this is not what we want at all. We need to have simple charts. And because we're dealing with this highly complex system, we want charts to simplify things down for us, not muddle them even more. So we want to look at robust, simple charts, not a million different indicators that confuse us and basically make the chart look like a coloring book. All right, it needs to be simple, it needs to be robust, and it needs to be a value add to our process.